I just said that it cannot be your patent document, your patent application cannot be something which is a roughly written sketch or a simple document which talks about your invention, your concept on paper, but in one paragraph. So that kind of a patent document does not go to the patent office. There is a specific manner in which a patent is submitted to the patent office. Now, these are various headings under which a patent document is prepared. The first, if you see these headings, you can see that there is an abstract here. So we do write an abstract in around 100 to 150 words, summarizing the invention in a paragraph. Then we talk about the background of the invention, that is, whatever you are aware of as in available art or existing art, and you are able to overcome the limitations of that prior art somewhere. So then we talk about it in the background section. Then we have another heading, which is summary of the invention, where we talk about a summarized way of explaining the invention and the objectives of the invention. Now, whenever we talk about technical concepts, definitely we should know why we are coming up with this particular concept and what was not being achieved in the existing art. So we are coming up with something which is not known in the art. That is where you will be describing it in the summary section. Then we have figures. So whenever there is a device or a machine or an equipment, definitely there will be figures to it. So black and white figures, if you see the sample patent that I am showing here, you can see one of the figures at least, and which is labeled here. So all the major components which are associated with the invention are always labeled and figures are mentioned. Then we have the heading of brief description, where we are in a brief manner, we just explain the invention. And we explain the figures here. When we talk about brief description of drawings, we talk about the figures. The next heading here is the detailed description. Now, detailed description, you cannot just hide any information about your invention. Why? Because I have to make it available for the public to make, use, sell, everything, do everything with it. But yes, my invention has to be completely disclosed. I have to reveal each and every detail of my invention, how my experiments were done, what were the key results that came up, what were the sample results that came up, all lab results, everything needs to be mentioned in the detailed description of the invention. And then we have the claims, which are like, I would say, the most important part of a patent, where we write about what is my technical concept. And it is written in a very specific language. If you've seen any kind of patent application, it's not an easy language to write a claim. So claim drafting is a very typical kind of a skill which is there with some people, and very specific people draft patent applications actually. Everybody can do that. I am not denying that fact. But yes, people with good drafting skills really come up with good quality patents. So this is a specific skill that people gain over a period of time. When they are patent practitioners, only then they actually gain the skill of claim drafting. So if ever you come across a patent application, you can go and definitely look at the claims section. What does it do? What does it contain? It actually defines the legal boundary of an invention. It does not just talk about technical things. It's a techno-legal language of writing your invention. So that is where I can actually, this is the way I can just summarize a patent application. You can see a sample patent here. This is the first sheet of a sample US patent that I'm trying to show here, and which contains all the bibliographic information of the patent. Bibliographic, when I say, it says, it talks about details of the application number that the US Patent Office has allotted to it, the date of filing, the title, the abstract. These are the kind of things which are seen on the first sheet of a US patent.